next generation.
Yeah.
Time to watch this morning with Richard, not Judy. Let down your hairs, forget all your cares. Kick off your shoes, here is the news. Take off your shirt, here is the dirt. Take off your pants, thanks. With Richard, not Judy. For better, not worse, it's live, not rehearsed. Made fun of money, surprisingly funny. Welcome your hosts and conclusions. Do they have no idea? So let's see how they do on this morning with Richard, not Judy.
We're still on telly.
Thank you.
We're still on. Yay.
Thanks, I'm Stuart Lee.
And I'm Richard Herring, and welcome to the show that everyone is calling TMWRNJ.
Yeah, well, they're not really
They
calling
are,
it.
everyone's calling it.
It's not going to catch on.
It is, it's very catchy shoot. TMWRNJ, or if you want Lee and Herring in, Lahir TMWRNJ.
Yeah, it's really
It's a good...
Anyway, Rich, what have you been up to this week?
Well, Stu, I've been out doing one of my favourite hobbies, which is shoplifting.
Not again, not shoplifting.
No, all the top TV celebrities are at it, but unlike them, at least I've never been stupid enough to get caught. Because I'm good at it.
Yeah, right. I hope you're not referring to any specific TV celebrity there, Rich.
No, I am, Stu. I am referring to a very specific TV celebrity there, one who was definitely guilty of their crime and was proven guilty in a court of law.
No, not Richard Madeley, then.
No, not Richard Madeley, Stu. He was rightly proven innocent of his crime, just like one of his most famous interview guests, O.J. Simpson.
Right. Will you please welcome on the piano Richard Thomas?
Yay!
Richard had his own BBC Two comedy pilot in 1991, but the series was never commissioned, although he is a minor star in Germany.
Yeah, leave it, don't say that.
And on the information couch, husband and wife team, Joe Unwin and the actor Kevin Eldon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll be back with the listings later on.
No, I'm supposed to say that.
And over on the King's throne, being waited on by Trevor and Natalie, this week's King, chosen on the grounds of being our oldest viewer,
It's Chris Jones. Crown him.
the King is crowned. The King is crowned. Chris, all the young people are dying to know, how old are you actually?
54.
54 years old. Give me a
Very
round of
old.
applause for
Took him a
that,
little
Chris.
while.
And how do you think, Chris, how do you think you're going to cope with the responsibility of King at this late stage in your life?
I just hope I'll survive to the end of the show, Stuart.
Well, there's always hope, isn't there?
More from old King Chris later. What a merry old soul he was. But let's recap on our 5 new Labour-style aims, which we vow to fulfil by the end of this series.
Aim 1 is to finally prove that Bill Clinton never had sex with Monica Lewinsky, or indeed anyone, including Hillary Clinton, has no genitals, and in fact reproduces by casting his spores into the wind like a dandelion.
We're going to do it. Aim 2 is to try and express surprise at the failure of Pamela Anderson's marriage to Tommy Lee without sounding sarcastic.
That's right. I was surprised to hear their marriage is failing.
Can't be done,
Can't be done,
you see.
no. And aim 3 is to have Elton John's knighthood transferred to the noble Colombian peasant cocaine farmers who sustained his creativity during the 1980s.
Aim 4, to counteract the problem of the melting polar ice caps by getting all our viewers in coastal towns to drink the sea.
And aim 5 is to follow the success of the quiz shows. Have I got sport for you? Have I got pop music for you? Have I got adverts for you? And the new one, have I got Jeremy Hardy for you? By creating our own quiz show-based quiz show, have I got news for you, for you? Imagine how that would work. Make it so.
Dear Anthony, thank you for your letter about Pliny's history of the Spartans. It was quite good, though I felt in places there were...
Dear Anne, yes, you're right. Pliny is good. Another good old book is Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift, a telling satire of 18th century morals. It begins in the land of Brobignac.
For 30 years, Anthony Hopkins enjoyed a platonic correspondence with American intellectual Anne Bancroft from his bookshop at 84 Charing Cross Road, and the two bookworms maintained a deep transatlantic friendship, writing to each other of their love for old books, until one day Anthony decided to chance his arm.
Thanks for your letter about that old book. I like old books too, as you know by now, after 30 years. Anne, I was wondering if perhaps next time, as well as sending me an old book again, you might also enclose a photograph of yourself, perhaps bare or in suspenders, but no bra. Oh, come on, Anne. We know what this stupid writing about books is all about. I want to put you across my knee and spank you until your little arse is pink. I hate books. You do as well. You know you want it. 30 years I waited for you, you whore. Yours sincerely, Anthony Hopkins. P.S. I am w***ing as I write.
Oh dear.
That was that. And viewing figures were in. Actually, we got 1 million viewers last Sunday.
1 million viewers, yes, that's brilliant.
Yeah, which means that only 59 million people in Britain didn't watch the show.
Honestly, Stu, you're such a pessimist.
Wow.
You're the kind of person, if you had a glass with 1/60th of a pint of beer in it, you'd say it was nearly empty.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would say
Well,
that.
I'm an optimist, Stu. I'd say, what if you were to go round the pub and collect 59 other glasses like that with a 60th pint in them and pour them into one glass? What would you have then?
Well, what you'd have then is a pint made up of 60 different types of drink and the spit of 60 different people. And you'd have hepatitis. Anyway, have you seen the plans for the Millennium Dome, Rich?
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, it's good.
What would you have in there
Well,
if that was up to you?
I would have, in there, Stu, I'd have milk.
Milk?
Yes, the milk of all different mammals. What I'd have in this
Stop going on
statue.
about milk.
That one with wee
Leave
milk,
the
and
milk,
that with
leave
the
the milk
wee
out of
would
it.
go into her mouth. It'd
What?
be milk.
Leave the milk. Leave it.
Can't. What would you have in there?
Okay, what I would have is a theme ride based around the Full Monty film, celebrating ordinary British life, designed and built by British talents, and with all of its profits going to its American backers. That's what I'd have. And here is what's
Satire,
coming
that
up
is.
later on the show.
At 12:55, Nicky Clark will have the audacity to tell you how to wear your hair.
And at 12:30, Richard Herring will have the audacity to make a joke about someone else's hair.
At 12:49, Charlie from Casualty will be explaining how his acting training enables him to pull almost 2 different faces.
And at 12:56, we'll be asking who pays the piper, and does the piper pay his own national insurance contributions, or are they in turn covered by this mysterious employer?
There we go. That one didn't work, did it? Anyway, earlier on, we met our king of the show, live TV, who cares? It's King Chris, staggeringly 54 years old and still alive. It's amazing. He's being pampered by Trevor. Do you like Trevor, King Chris? Do you like him? There he is.
Oh, God. Yes, he's wonderful.
He's wonderful. I like him. I've missed you this week, Trevor.
No, Trev, don't answer. We can't afford to pay you to speak. Remember, you can't speak.
He's so silent and so beautiful.
Well, you say that, but I don't think so. Let's see why. I don't like he's a mutant. Look. His face is too small. Look at it, right? He's got a man's head, right, and a little child's face. Don't wriggle, Trevor. His face is too small a diameter to cover the face space in the middle of his head. Small face.
You leave
freak.
him alone,
He's a
Stu. He's
small face
normal.
freak. Anyway, as King Chris, you'll not only be stroked by a tiny fairy-faced elf man.
Stuart.
You will also get to eat and drink whatever you like from this.
The Coffee Annan.
Kofi Annan it is.
My
Rich.
dad calls him Coffee, and he should know, Stu. The Coffee Annan UN Peace in Our Time trolley. Yeah, here it comes. It's all top quality stuff on here, Stu, because he's an ambassador, Coffee Annan. We've got some Ferrero Rochers there.
Oh, Kofi Annan, you're spoiling us.
Yeah. Ferrero Rocher, the food of diplomacy. We've got Saddam Hussein's favourite cereal, Golden Grahams.
Yum, yum. They're Graham's, Golden Graham.
They are. They've got a great new advertising slogan, actually. Can you handle the taste?
That's right. Can you handle the taste, Rich?
Let's see if I can handle the taste, Stu. Yeah, I seem to be able to. Oh, God! No, I can't.
Stopping you there.
Horrible. And also, in worshipful tribute of Coffee Annan, we've got some coffee and a nan.
That's Kofi Annan.
Yeah, the joke wouldn't have worked,
all right,
would it?
okay.
That's the point.
Now, wise old King Chris, right, in an international ceremonial gesture of solidarity, we now require you to eat the naan of peace.
Eat the naan! Eat
the
it!
naan!
Eat the naan!
The king has eaten the naan of peace!
Eat it! He's at least eaten a piece of naan anyway, which is... Yeah, you're right.
The Bible says that menstruating women must be shunned. But that, if nothing else, is proof of God's wisdom.
I hate that unusual priest.
What?
You shouldn't make fun of Jesus,
Well-
Stu. He is the Lord of the dance.
Maybe once, Rich, but I think you'll find that honour has now fallen to Michael Flatley.
No, Stu, Michael Flatley's just the Lord of one dance. The dance that goes like that, he's the Lord of that. Oh, I'm pretty good at it.
You
I'm
are
pretty
good,
at it.
you're not the Lord, though.
I'm not the Lord, but Jesus is the Lord of all the other dances, Stu. He is, after all, the Lord of the dance settee.
The dance settee.
Yes, Stu, dance wherever you may be, for I am the Lord of the dance settee.
Right, OK. What do you imagine, Rich, in your imagination is the dance settee? What is that?
The dance settee,
Yeah.
as any school child or lamb would know,
Don't
Stu.
patronise me.
It's a huge sofa in heaven. It's massive.
Right.
It's bigger than any sofa you could imagine, Stu. It's about 800 yards long.
I could imagine that easily.
All right, it's 900 yards long. Can you imagine that?
No.
There, see, it's massive, and all day, 9 to 5,
Yeah.
Jesus is up on it, right?
Yeah.
He's dancing. That's his job. 9 to 5, he dances. He does the waltz on there, the can-can. He's doing the hucklebuck.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Right.
Jesus is doing the do
Is he
up there,
really?
Stu. He's
Right.
doing everything.
Yeah.
If anyone tries to get up on the dance settee
Yeah.
and dance with them, he goes, "No, get off! I am the Lord of the dance settee. Get on it! No,
Don't laugh
keep
or
up, I'm
applaud, right?
dancing.
Rich is
Come
managing
on,
to get 2 minutes of material out of a chance mishearing of him at the age of 4.
I am the Lord.
This is 27-year-old material. Ignore it, OK?
I'm the Lord of it.
What, he speaks like that, does
Yes,
he,
Jesus,
Jesus?
if you knew anything, Jesus
If
actually
you
black,
were,
you know anything. I'm the Lord.
if you were watching last week,
I am.
I'm sure you'd be very excited to know what happens in part 2 of our exciting animated series.
I am the
Just
Lord.
stop doing it. Leave it.
Well, they live in your body and they're lots of fun, but they all need each other, one for all and all for one. They come out your belly button when you're asleep, and over to organ and they sneakily creep. At Lily Liver, Henry Hart, Barry Bladder and Beryl Brain. Yes, it's time to meet the organ gang again. Welcome back to the Organ Gang, where evil Derek Duodenum is still trying to steal the gang's special dinner. Inside, the chums have started with some fizzy pop. I'm just off to the toilet. What is in that cauldron, Henry? Is that dinner? It smells disgusting. No, Lily, that's some glue I'm making. I want to stick some things later on. No, I'll get dinner now. It should be ready. Lower, lower. Left, left, left. Hold it, hold it. Brillo pads, crisps. I'm just off to the toilet. Crisps? How common. No, Lily, crisps are good. Manufactured from the potato or potato, a root vegetable. Crisps come in lots of...
Bloomin' neck tucker, she goes on a bit, eh?
Shh. Crisps can't talk.
Sorry, I forgot.
Don't touch the bottom of the cauldron, Bile. It will be hot. Ah! What was that? I'll get you next time, Henry Hart. How did I get stuck with you, Bile? Well, Derek and Bile didn't get any dinner, but they certainly got their just desserts. And everyone laughed for a full 5 minutes at this magnificent pun. So, Henry, your hearty feast was quite an occasion. And Derek and Bile suffered no long-term damage. So, what have we learned this week? I suppose we've learned that when you have a party, you should invite everyone. Unless you don't like them, like Derek and Bile, in which case you should pretend nothing's going on and hope they don't find out.
Now it's good, my family organ gang, we've had a lot of fun, but it's time for them to get back to work down the hole inside your tum. We all need all our organs so we can run and skip and swim, with a positive exception of Adrian Appendix, you could probably do without him. Wave goodbye to your slimy chums, and go and have your bath, and the whole gang will be back next week for loads of Brenda Belly laughs.